Hey everyone, so in this video today I want to talk about the press a little bit, going forward when you go to the target instead of going backwards. And it's going to be a continuation of our series, The Most Common Mistakes in Trap Shooting. So let's get to it right after this. Okay, so I was gonna do this video outside, but my front yard right now is like a river, as you're seeing on your screen, because it's been raining and it's still raining. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and do this one inside for today. I want to talk about the press a little bit. It's something that's a pretty important concept in trap shooting, and I think it's one of the most common mistakes that I see newer shooters make, and it's easy for experienced shooters to make it too, honestly. So let's go ahead and get to it. What I'm talking about here is simply the fact that whenever you go to the target, you're going forward like that instead of going backwards like this. Okay, so I see so many people whenever they're out the range, especially newer shooters, they're going backwards. And that's just not going to work well. You're not going to be able to consistently break the target shooting that way. Having the press is very, very important to your shooting because it's going to help you keep your head on the gun. It's going to help you follow through, and it's going to make your move much more smoother and consistent because you're going forward in a controlled manner. Now, you might be asking yourself, okay, that's great, but how do I make sure that I'm going forward? I mean, you already have a lot of stuff to talk about or think about whenever you're going to the target. And hopefully you're not talking whenever you're going to the target, but you do have a lot to think about. So how do I make sure I do that? Well, there's a few ways that you can help yourself accomplish this. One way is to bend your knees slightly whenever you're in your stance. So this can take the form of bending both knees or one knee. It depends on your build and your knee strength and all that, what feels good to you. I've seen guys that are great shooters that bend both knees. I personally bend one knee, and it's the front knee for me. So being a left-handed shooter would be my right knee. If you're a right-handed shooter, it would be your left knee. I find that best, and it really helps me make sure I get into that press. Another thing that you can do is make sure you have around 50 to 60% of your body weight leaning forward whenever you get ready to take the shot. So for example, I'm not going to be perfectly neutral like this or lean back like this. I'm going to have just a slight press into that target to where I have, like I said, 50-60% of my body weight on my front foot instead of being evenly dispersed or on the back foot. Another benefit of the press that I want to talk about is the fact that it's going to help you, it's going to minimize the recoil felt because you're going forward, so that's going to kind of help counteract that recoil to the point that you're not having this big old jar, whenever you come back because you're shooting and you're having that recoil come back at you. It's going to help that out. So the press is by far one of the most important aspects of breaking a target consistently, because without it you're never going to have a good move to the target on a consistent basis to the point that you can break high 90 scores in all three disciplines in most of your events. So it's something that I think if you were to incorporate this into your shooting, your scores are going to improve significantly in a fairly quick manner. It'll take you a little bit of time to get used to it, but once you do, you're going to see a pretty quick improvement. So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. I look forward to continuing this series. It's definitely one of the funner series I think I've ever made. So I look forward to that, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.